Hey. I could scoot over. Ah! Over. How's it going, friend?
You know, it's been a couple of days, you know?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hot, as I eat this very hot chicken sandwich. Do you hear what I did last night?
No, fill me in.
I guess it kind of starts with I don't know. I'm just I guess my point in I don't know. And a part of me feels bad that I succumbed to like a lot of rage and saw red, and I've done it a couple times in the last couple of months. And I was thinking like I never really did that like 6 years ago, you know. And like I'm not saying what I did was right; it was wrong. And you know, and I'm being a hypocrite saying you know all the clowns are just resorting to violence all the time, right? But with Ember, I don't know if she likes doing it, or and maybe I'm gonna try to simplify it more. I think a lot of clowns like you and me, we put a lot into the clowns. Like we put everything into the clowns. You know, we try to make it our everyday goal to put the clowns before ourselves.
Everything that we even do for ourselves is typically also, with a side part, a step towards helping a clown.
Yeah, and then really feels like sometimes the few drag down the many, and yeah, like I was saying, the gun deal I did yesterday with ADMC, yeah, it's salvageable, but I just think it's embarrassing. I think it's just. I was gonna do a gun deal with him yesterday, right? Can't do it again today, right? Because one clown decided to take it upon himself, with a bunch of other clowns, one of them being fucking somehow Dumbles, and wanted to execute an ocean dump him. And in the same light, I'm supposed to be doing deals with groups and trying to like put all my energy into that, and that's an example of one thing, you know. And it's like they don't see the cause and effect and the consequence of like. I think in like someone like Ratchet's mind, it's like fun. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna stand on business and fucking do some gang ass shit and fucking. When we're having a meeting about something super serious, but one of our friends have been put in the fucking ICU. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy that just everyone just jumps to more violence, more violence, more violence, more violence. Ratchet got so many people hurt last night, and no one really seems to care.
Well, he got a lot of people hurt also a couple of days before, right? Wasn't he the cause or the near cause of most of the ocean dumpings?
So that's for Ember, right? It's so Wayne told me kind of, I guess, a TLD. I'm told TLD. I'm sure his version's a lot more. And he said he doesn't care about what happened anymore. He just doesn't care. But doesn't mean I don't care about what happened. And it doesn't mean like I get he doesn't care about it and he wants to move on. But it's the fact that one, everyone, the rabbit's out of the hat. Everyone knows what happened. Wayne told Tessa. Wayne's told me. They either tended to hurt Wayne, ocean dump him, or something along the lines of, right? And I called Ember out on it, and she said, "No, I didn't do that." So I honestly asked the question of, ask Minnie this, okay? How many people have you ocean dumped being in the clowns or hurt or put in the ICU? And Minnie said 0 or 1. And I said, how many times did you do that in your gang days? And he said he couldn't really remember, but he'd been here a long time, so it's like kind of spread out, you know.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, you can ask a lot of people. I don't think any groups really ocean dump, even gangs ocean dump severely hurt. Even when people get blooded out, they're not doing it the way we're doing it. They don't put 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12,
On
13.
their
I don't even know
own.
how many people. The fucked up part is, have you looked at Kirk Sooty?
He's not there.
Really looked at him?
He's not there. Not fully.
I mean, look how much damage we've done to him.
Over the years, the man has lost basically life and limb. Literally life and limb.
He's literally stuck together by glue and fucking bandages.
And for some reason, we keep pushing him.
He never had this in any other group he'd been in. And it makes me wonder why he's still doing. I don't know how he's still going. His best friend's in the ICU. Everyone he thinks his family's trying to kill each other.
He
Or
ended
him.
up in the ICU too.
That's what I mean. If you've
A
seen
lot of
chat,
people said a word, Lady
the guy's
Stacy.
got-
People did. I don't
Remember
think
when
that's
we
fair.
took his mask off? He's got fucking scars. He's hurt. You can see it in his eyes. And I don't know any other group has hurt themselves more than hurting it. Like CG has even funny enough, they're our friends now, but they used to hurt us. BBMC has even hurt. Like, yeah, they killed giblets, but look how much damage we've done to ourselves. It's, I don't know. I don't know if I can just.
more than any other group has hurt us.
Yeah, I don't know if I could just sit here and just keep this going. I feel like I was gonna have a heart attack last night, Sooty. I don't want to see my friends get hurt anymore.
We need to put it back into the clown soul code thing. No more.
Yeah, but I don't know how to tell Kirk and Chatty without hurting them.
What? That needs to come back?
I don't know if I want to do this.
When you say you don't want to do this,
The Council wasn't even like this 6 years ago.
what part of the bit being clown soul does it make it difficult for you?
Not even a Council. It's just this. It's like the song and dance that we do, and it's always the same. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. We're okay with this lying and making a new truth every day.
I think the last 4 days are definitely showing us ourselves at our worst. That doesn't mean that it can't be better. And now that we have seen what it's like when it's at its worst, we know what can be better. What our weak points are, right?
City, 6, 7 years ago, we had rules in place because, I mean, actually, remember Winsong's wedding?
Yeah, I do.
And I remember you didn't lie to me because you couldn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
I found out. I remember I was in ICU for like 2 weeks.
I do.
And who caused that?
Clowns.
We just repeat history again and again.
Do they know you feel like this?
Hmm?
Do they know how dejected you've been feeling?
No. Don't know how to say it without this whole ride or die shit. I don't think people understand what ride or die means. Like, gangs don't ride or die when people make really, really bad mistakes that affect the many. That's not ride or die. Ursula being put in the ICU is fucked, and then being told that there's an ultimatum between her having to be a clown and not being a clown, and
The ultimatum
everything.
when it comes to that, I just feel like she's in. I can. The only reason why I can fathom. Did Kirk tell you about this part? With Ursula saying that she claimed she wasn't a clown?
Mm-mm.
He's upset and we're not going to war with ADMC anymore because Ursula claimed she wasn't a clown. But I'm confused because I feel like isn't that exactly what she's meant to be saying? Because she's meant to be kind of the Inclownito clown?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, maybe that's a miscommunication again there as to how in the open is she meant to be about this now. But I'm with you in that. How do I say that to Kirk?
Kind of. I have one gun that's not. But I think pretty sure it's one songs. I just don't know if I feel good just giving it to him anymore.
Started asking me for the money again today, and I had to remind him again that I was like, well, I thought I was getting my own yuck sorted, so I didn't need to. He's not all there.
Also, kind of scared too. Like, you got Dick, right? You're like scared to lose him because of all this stuff, or like, he loses you because of it.
I know how tough he is. We've been through a lot. I feel very secure in the idea that no matter what I pick, or no matter what I do, he'll be there too. Even when he doesn't agree, he's shown me time and time again that he has always stayed by my side. Do I get scared that that's gonna get him hurt? Absolutely. But no more scared than I am about when he goes out on duty and faces every gangbanger every single yuckin' day. I think maybe that might be the slight difference, right? He is getting shot at as well on the daily. Probably more than I am.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just scared, Sooty. I don't know if I could put Lolly through like her waking up one day and I'm just
Might be
gonna
gone.
hurt, gone. She doesn't know why.
Maybe that's a question you need to ask her if that's something that she wants to go through. Because you might find, Bozo, that she's someone who thinks that that's worth all of it for. I can see you being worth that for.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can put her through that, I don't know if I want to put myself through this anymore. And what happened to us when we were just getting cop chases and having fun?
I had to give Damien a bit of a reality check moment earlier today. He was saying how he was giving up being a lawyer to put on the mask again. Because he was ready to just do chases and yuck around with cops. And I was like, we are not that anymore.
Yep. Are we bad people?
Sometimes. But we're loyal. We do care. We have a funny way of showing it sometimes, but we do. And we celebrate each other's differences, but that makes things difficult sometimes as a family, right? Because we are all so different. And we do all stand out. None of us are wallflowers. And so we butt heads a lot. But it's also what makes us give a shit about each other. I don't know. I like to think of us as kind of the island of misfit toys, you know? A bunch of oddballs who find family in each other because we just don't belong anywhere else.
Yeah.
Even when you look at Bobby right now, do you look at him and really think, yeah, he belongs in BBMC? Or does he seem lost to you?
At first, you want my honest opinion? When he wore the mask and he was rolling with them, I think he was lost. I think that day when you guys did what you did, I think maybe he found himself again. In a weird, twisted way.
Or do you
And
think
I
he's
think
gotten stuck in the situation he's in?
I don't know. I mean, you know Bobby. He's a pretty stubborn guy, and like, look, you left the clowns. That's a pretty big move, you know. And I think if he didn't like the BBMC, he'd probably leave.
I just don't think that's Bobby Belgium anymore.
I agree with you on that. I think the Bobby you knew and the Bobby I knew are gone and different and changed. I think deep down, there's a little bonbon in them, I like to think, but that's another sad one too, you know? That guy probably couldn't have been prevented. Him stabbing you probably couldn't have been prevented. Him going on his insane revenge arc probably gonna have been prevented, you know? Then it goes back to the whole first things clowns do when they disagree with something severely is instantly resort to violence, you know? Well, it all started because an accident he did. He was, not gonna lie, kind of funny, kind of serious, kind of
Yeah, it was
not funny
funny, I will say.
at first.
Yeah, I mean, I
At
was
first.
laughing. Ember getting dropped into the, like, smoldering fires of, like, Mount Doom was hilarious.
And I think, you know, it could have been really just sorted with Clown Court and a little haha. And it was kind of sorted with Clown Court, but it wasn't, you know? And I think Bobby took that punishment as like, oh, you guys are siding with Ember over me, when it wasn't really like that, you know? I think if even the tables were reversed and Bonbon was thrown in the fire, Ember wouldn't have gotten in trouble, you know? I don't know. I like us think of like how things could have just been different, you know?
Yeah.
You have to remember at one point, I mean, you were married to the guy at one point.
Which is why I just don't see what anyone else does anymore in him. He's not there. He's gone. He's completely gone. When I stood
And he's not
in
even an
front of
actor
him-
anymore.
When I stood in front of him with that gun, he couldn't even look me in the eyes. He put on his mask.
Maybe that was like a part of him that was being ashamed.
He wasn't ashamed enough to make sure that I knew that I was nothing but more than a mere speck in his life anymore. After I had risked everything with the clowns, to just say a happy birthday once, and to let him know that our mutual friend got murdered. Those are the 2 times that I talked to him. But Kirk will never trust me as much, partially because of that. Especially when it got used against me.
I'm sorry, because I feels kind of shitty because I saw him on the day of the insurrection, and Kirk even saw me talk to him. I was trying to be like, I mean, you know how I am. I don't want to cause conflict when it doesn't need to be. The guy's done more wrong than any person I ever known, but doesn't that mean I'm gonna be an absolute piece of shit to him, you know? I never told him I didn't agree with what he did, and he acknowledged that. Said I wasn't gonna be a mean piece of shit because I knew what happened to him. And I do believe in some level of bygones are bygones. I mean, damn, Sooty, you shot him and then you guys threw him in a fucking train. Granted, he also stabbed 3 fucking people and tried to kill them.
I didn't shoot him hard enough.
But in the same regard, I'm not gonna chase after him every day and make his life fucking hell, because that doesn't make me any better than him. And it's gotta stop at some point, you know? I mean, you can't have your feelings or your reserved judgment.
No, I
You
just
know.
go about my day most of the time pretending like he doesn't exist.
Exactly. But that's what I think Kirk saw when I was talking to him that day too, you know? I was just treating him like Bobby. That was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Like you said, Bonbon, he died a long time ago. And this new Bobby, it's not even Bobby Belgium, it's just Bobby, you know? Like remember Bobby Belgium, the actor?
I miss that guy.
Then there was Bon
Rich
Bon,
and
and then
famous
there's
actor
the
Bobby Belgium.
and then there was Bon Bon and the mix of the two.
A man who
They
made me
just-
feel infinite.
Then it just became evil petty Bon Bon, and now it's just petty Bobby. And you know what? Actually, I feel kind of sad for him. Sad in like a pity type of way, you know? I pity him. Clearly, the guy's lost all his friends and all his connections because of his own fault, you know? And that makes me kind of wonder too. Like, that could have been me. Could have been you. One bad day. One snap of a straw. One drop in a lava vat. One betrayal's too many. One joke gone too far.